Welcome back to Shortcut Shari's Tips and Tricks. This is my Tags and Flags series for Outlook. Triaging and managing your inbox. This makes me more productive. This really isn't part of the tag and flag system, but it's one of the best kept secrets of Outlook, and I want to share it with you. I use tags and flags for short-term things I need to get done, but sometimes it's a long-term project or I need to delegate it to someone else. When I say this is the best kept secret of Outlook, I'm not kidding. I share this with people in some of my sessions and they're like, wow, how long has that been there? And when I tell them at least the 2000 version of Outlook, they're like, no way, 18 years, you've got to be kidding me. So the best kept secret of Outlook is the ability to drag and drop from one area of Outlook to another. And when you do that, it converts your item to the destination folder type. What do I mean by that? That means if I take an email, such as this capital expenditure request, and drag it to my tasks, it converts it to a task and leaves the body of the email in the body of the task. Now I can treat this like a task instead of just as a follow-up to do. I can give it a start date and a due date. I can mark it with a status. I can give it a priority. Maybe this is high priority. I can give it a reminder so that it will remind me to do this next week. And at what time? I can even, my favorite button, assign it to somebody else. So I'm going to delegate this out to Molly. Molly's going to get an email, and she's going to have to accept this onto her task list. Notice my other options here. Keep an updated copy of this task on my task list, and give me a status report when it's completed. So I don't have to follow up with Molly. As she adds notes and updates the task, I will see those in my own task list. Let's send this off to Molly. It warns me I'm no longer the owner of this task. The task reminder is going to be turned off because somebody else is going to handle it. So what other types of things can we use the drag and drop for? Let's imagine we have an email from one of our high-end clients. And the only reason I'm keeping that email around is because it has their name, address, phone number, their title, all in the body of the email. I'm sure you probably have a folder that says VIP contacts, and then you repurpose an email by hitting reply or reply all just to get to that person, right? Why don't we do this instead? Take the email, drag it to the people option, and it converts it to a contact. This saves my life. I meet hundreds of people every year, and I have a really bad memory. I remember people's faces, but not necessarily their names. And 6 months later, I'll be going through my contacts going, who is this guy? And I read the email. It's like, hey, Shari, I met you at SharePoint Saturdays. Thanks for stopping by our booth. And then I might remember them. If the name information does not populate, it's because it didn't populate from their server. That comes from their side. But if you have information in the body of the email, you can just simply copy and drag and drop into the appropriate fields. And now I can save that contact. If there's a duplicate contact in my address book, it will ask me if I would like to update it. So it says, hey, you already have an Eric Gruber. Here's another Eric Gruber. Are these the same guy? Do you want me to combine them, or do you want me to create a new one? We're going to combine them. Now, the third item I'd like to show you is the tasks, because I'll tell you, if I have an open spot on my calendar, I have people wanting that spot. I have these other tasks at the top of the list. One is prepare for staff meeting. I'm going to drag that onto the calendar and block out time on my actual calendar. So even for me, I need the scheduling assistant. When am I open? So I'm going to schedule this for tomorrow. And on the appointment, I might need to put in a location or update the title. And then click Save and Close. When you create an item by dragging and dropping, it doesn't delete the original item. So you may need to go back and delete those original emails if you no longer need them. So there's your bonus tip. Drag and drop. Best kept secret of Outlook. Thanks for watching. I'm Shortcut Sherry, and it's my job to make your job easier.